Hi, everybody. I'm Deacon Dave.
I'm layperson Lisa.
Welcome to the Deacon Dave and Layperson Lisa show from
Santilana del Mar, something like that.
somewhere in Spain, somewhere in inland Spain. We're going to do about 11 miles today. Total is after we get our gelato, we'll round it off to 11 miles. Really long uphill today at the end.
Gradual.
Yeah, it was gradual, but it was long.
It was
like
long.
A mile and a half or two, something like that. It was really long.
It's a very tourist town.
Yes.
Busloads of people have been coming here.
Menu del dia, $25.
But we got a deal at $21.
Ew. Yeah, what a deal. But yeah, it's kind of crazy. And then we finally figured out with all the buses that's why the prices are so high.
Yes, big tourist trap here.
Debbie bought a little chocolate for $4. Just like
Yeah, so I guess they're famous for their chocolate in some way.
I don't know.
We haven't figured that out.
It's famous for it being expensive.
Yes.
And so anyway, we're
here to
here.
get into the church, so we said,
no.
Nah.
It's it's a lot of cobblestone streets. It's very old. And so yeah, it's kind of neat, but it's not really that big. And tomorrow we leave here and we move on to
Camillus.
You know,
we'll tell you tomorrow.
It's on the coast of northern Spain. That's all you need to know.
Yes, we'll be near the coast, and our hotel tomorrow has a pool.
A pool? Oh, the pool is tomorrow? Tomorrow. I'm sure it's going to be
Maybe
really
warm.
Aqua podcast studio from the pool tomorrow.
We haven't had one in a while.
That would be good. Yeah, about the closest we could get to an aqua podcast studio would be to put our feet in a bathtub right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I guess technically yesterday we could have done an aqua podcast studio. Technically.
We could have on the beach, but we didn't. We deferred for the Loud Hotel
instead.
So tomorrow it's supposed to start raining again.
So that we'll be in the aqua podcast studio all day. No, we're hoping that.
Pray that it doesn't rain, people.
Yep, that the 20% that it doesn't rain is in our favor.
Yeah, 55 degrees and raining, and if there's any wind, is no fun.
We've already done it.
We did 8 or 9 miles like that, and it was no good.
Yeah.
Not good at all.
A few days of that.
So we saw some smokestacks that said agua on them, and I thought they were nuclear plants. I mean, that's what they look like.
It did, totally. It looked like the thing from The Simpsons.
Yeah, the shape of them and everything.
Yeah, for sure.
Was exactly that. But then Lisa came up with a nice little...
Somebody's bathroom was right here.
Okay, we're on the 3rd floor of the hotel, in case you didn't know.
It's our sitting area at the top of the steps.
Somebody might come out of the door here. But yeah, so there was smoke coming out, and Lisa said...
What?
Like incense rising.
Oh. That was so
I mean, I just teed that one up for you, handed it right over to you.
You were talking about water, so I got confused.
Oh, and here they come. I called it.
Cute.
Look at this. This is great. We're being photobombed now. I called that. Hello. And this person is going to grab a chair and join us in this. Oh, they're moving the chair actually out of the way. So
anyway, so the smoke was rising out of the smokestack, and I said it was like incense, and how our prayers rise to heaven.
Exactly.
We thought we were having a special guest.
Yeah, we were for a minute there. She looked like she was a little...
She probably just woke up from a nap.
She was a little stiff, yeah, like she was, from walking or whatever the case may be. There's no elevator here, so that's always really exciting.
Yep.
So Lisa carries the bags up for me, some of them, to help out, which is appreciated, Lisa. Thank you so much for doing that.
You're welcome.
You're always here to assist me and help me, whether it's thoroughfaring or carrying our luggage up the stairs.
Yes. Oh yeah, yesterday we thought we went to that we were lucky enough to go to the cathedral yesterday during adoration, which we mentioned on the podcast, and I totally thought I was going to be able to be thorough for the priest.
Unfortunately, I was going to go to confession, but the priest took one look at me and ran the other way.
So I ain't got time for this.
No, this will take way too long.
He said, we have to do evening prayer now.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Lo siento.
Yeah, Benny, who was with us, said, they were starting to do evening prayer. And so all of our hopes were dashed from being a thoroughfare to going to reconciliation.
Yes, but we can definitely go in Santiago.
Yeah.
We've done it before in English.
So we lost a good friend on Sunday that we heard about, Lisa Jones, who was in the Bahamas and suddenly died. We really don't know a whole lot more, but our prayers go out to her for the repose of her soul and to her family. who is obviously going through a great deal, and a lot of people at Mount Carmel that know Lisa. Our Spiritual Mentors Program folks know Lisa as well. So our condolences to the family, and we will certainly miss her. I remember sitting beside her just in our last class, right, on the couches, and she was really enjoying herself. So now she's enjoying God face to face. And hopefully that's where we'll all be one day when our time comes. So may she rest in peace. So, what else did we
saw some frolicking horses.
Frolicking horses, and I cannot wait for and Debbie was really excited about the frolicking horses.
Yes.
I mean, crazy excited.
Yeah, because usually, Debbie fed a donkey an apple today.
Yes, so.
Yes, so she had an exciting day with the equines.
So you would have thought that the donkey would have just taken the entire apple.
But he was hesitant.
Very dignified.
And sometimes we're hesitant.
Are you gonna break this down into the donkey eating an apple to a spiritual lesson? I can't wait to hear this. Go ahead, Lisa.
Well, sometimes we're hesitant. So the donkey was uncomfortable, right? Because he didn't know.
So?
He didn't know Debbie.
I thought he was being polite though about how he ate the apple. But you're right. He didn't want to get too close.
Yes.
Yes, that is.
And
very true.
Sometimes we're hesitant to leave our comfort zone. But we are not made for comfort. We are made for greatness. Excuse me.
You are not made for comfort. You're made for greatness.
Yes, as are you.
Yes, and often you are a little afraid, maybe, to get out of your comfort zone. No.
I used to be very afraid.
This is true, but now she's not afraid anymore. She is ready to go out and jump off of any limb into the ocean of trusting in God, who will carry her to where she needs to be.
Yeah.
And we all need to do that same thing.
God wants us to frolic in the fields.
I'm really impressed with how you're tying this together, right? Without worrying about how we're being judged or how it's going to turn out or where we're going to do, but just to...
Freedom.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Freedom in God.
Yeah, just relish in the fact that God is calling us to do something and we're going out and we're doing it and we're trusting in Him. I got to tell you, that was pretty good, Lisa. Very impressive.
Thanks.
So
we also had snails on a pole.
Snoring snails or just snails?
Snoring snails on a pole. It was quite
Lots
amazing.
of poles.
Yeah, so it was actually very interesting. I had never seen this before.
Me either.
And apparently it's quite a phenomenon. And so, welcome to the Layperson Lisa show. No, but so it's actually,
I'm listening.
It's quite a phenomenon because I had never, I was doing that yesterday. I had never seen snails. Usually we see snails trying to cross the ground.
I'm doing my hair.
Oh, yes. You have to take your hat off and fluff it up. There you go. Fluff it up. Yeah.
I don't have any hair.
So.
Snails.
We were walking by and we saw, who saw it first? Was it you?
I think so.
Probably.
Why not? I'll take it.
Anyway, so you had said, oh, look at all those snails on the pole. Yeah, because you went back took a picture.
I took a picture.
And lo and behold, a few meters later.
See,
I'm on
we're going all
European
metric. Going metric now.
We saw more. And so it was actually quite interesting. There was quite a lot of snails on a pole. And
I asked Lisa to look up what it meant.
And I forgot.
So I looked it up. Right. So apparently they go up on the poles to get away from rodents that might want to try. Predators that want to try to get a hold of them. And if birds try to get them, it's more than likely that they're going to knock them off.
And not find them.
And then they're going to go down into the grass or wherever they are. And they're not going to be able to find them.
So it's very ingenious.
Yeah, I'm sure there's more to it.
So what's your defense? What's your spiritual defense plan?
Is that what we're asking people? Yeah.
Yes.
What is your spiritual defense plan? You know, like spiritual warfare, you mean?
Prayer. How do you stay away from the predator?
Right. You spend time with
God.
With the Creator. Right? And so sometimes we have to climb up on our pole and sit in silence and bask in the sun. The S-O-N. The S-O-N. As we and be in community.
Yes.
Right, because all of the snails were in community with one another. They were all together on the poles, so they weren't isolating themselves.
Right.
Or up there trying to do things on their own.
They were helping each other out.
They were. We read something about that as well, right? And so there's a lot that can be learned from snails in the spiritual life, which could be a catchy title, maybe, or something with snails.
Snails on a pole.
Snails on a pole. That could get some people's attention to see what that is. You know, we'll do anything to get our viewership up.
Yeah.
Into double
So share
digits.
with your friends too. That'd be helpful.
Yeah. So maybe we'll even start posting these on Facebook.
You'd have to do that. I don't have Facebook on my phone.
Right. You'd have to show me how to do it though.
Oh, okay. We can do it.
Great. So any other spiritual lessons, Lisa, that we had?
Oh, we saw we saw some Camino kitties today.
Oh, lots of kitties today.
Like 3 or 4, maybe even more.
And one at the
place
too.
we were eating. So.
Oh, so this reminds me. So, you know, things are not always as they seem.
Yes.
So when we went to go eat today, there's this like little bitty storefront, right? And you walk in there and there's like a little bitty bar and you're like, okay, are we sitting out front? Where are we sitting? And they go, oh, you need to come into the back. And when you go into the back, it opens up.
It's a giant courtyard.
Yes.
Or not courtyard, but giant backyard.
Yeah, it was really cool. It was like lights were strung everywhere. Of course they weren't on, but it was like trees and very nice ambiance. And so you could sit in the shade or the sun. And they had umbrellas if you needed them. It was very cool. So very often we judge people, right, by what we see in the front of the store. But we have to take time to get to know them, to go into the backyard of their lives, to get a better idea of who they are. And this takes time, right? And so, yeah, let's not judge people by the way they look when you first walk in the store, okay, or how they may act. There's always much more depth that as we go into the deeper parts of things that we will learn and get to know about people. How about that, Lisa?
Whoa, that's all I have to say.
That was like a bonus.
Yeah, you interrupted my Camino kitty story.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
And it was well worth it.
Okay, but back to the Camino kitty story now, because you just reminded me of it when I saw the cat. So I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No. That's.
Go
on. I think I was going there. You just beat me to it.
Were you really going there?
I don't have a spiritual message for the
kitties. Well, like it's like so. Like Lisa said, like where are all the cats? Right, we're like seeing dogs all over the place, but where are all the cats?
Yes.
And then today we took this one little back road back up to the main road, and we saw like 4 or 5 cats.
Yeah, the most today, most per day.
We found Cat Alley.
We found yes,
right,
the Cat Alley. Usually we've been seeing a lot of dogs. There still were a lot of dogs.
Right.
But today was a little mixed. Oh, we saw an ostrich. Somebody had a pet ostrich.
And he was going to let us pet the ostrich.
But our rule is no touching animals.
Debbie said we couldn't touch the ostrich.
No, that's our rule.
I would have touched the ostrich.
Really? Yeah, ostriches will actually peck at you. I've been to an ostrich farm.
Well, I was more concerned about the dog that was barking than I was the ostrich.
Yes.
I mean, when are you ever going to pet an ostrich?
Yes.
Right?
True.
Yeah, we're not made for comfort. We're made for greatness. Right?
Oh, you can ride an ostrich. Now that would have been a sight.
Oh, so there were also some donkeys, or what were the little horses, little ponies we could have rode?
I
think I would have broke those.
That was
ponies.
Really sad. So this is in this tourist trap of a town we're in.
That's exactly what it is.
They had this pen with like all these maybe 10 ponies.
Yeah.
And they were chained, and 4 of them had a saddle. Yet nobody was riding them, and they were selling pony rides, so it was a little sad.
Right
it
across from the entrance into the church.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is interesting because we haven't
Sometimes we're chained by our sin.
Go ahead, Lisa.
We're bound. And Jesus just wants us to be free. He doesn't want us to be sad, chained to the trough with nowhere to run, or the ability not to run. He wants us to go to confession so he could allow us that freedom to just frolic.
I tried to go to confession, but the priest ran from me. He didn't really run from
me. He just said, sorry.
Yeah,
Time's
he just
up.
kind of looked at me and kept going.
Did he really look at you?
Yeah, he glanced at me. I mean, I wasn't close enough. I should have just stood outside the door because I could see him and the penitent in there just going, I'm next. But I don't even know if he spoke English.
Right.
That wouldn't have bothered me.
He might want to.
If he didn't understand.
That's when you bring all the.
That's when you bring everything.
That's when you bring everything.
You always bring everything.
You do. That was a joke.
Okay, that was a joke. We got to be very serious here.
Yeah.
When it comes.
No, yeah, for real. Don't do that. It just hurts us. and it
hurts God too.
It hurts God too. God weeps when we go to confession and we don't bring what He knows that we need to bring.
I like this. Well, our podcasts are getting longer and longer.
Oh my gosh, we're 15 minutes, and we're like, oh, we're so tired.
15 minutes. Yeah, everybody seems to be tired. So we have 13.7 miles tomorrow, with about 1,300 feet of elevation climb, which is just under 50%, 100%, just under double of what we did.
Yes, it's double
today. So,
elevation.
Yeah, so it's a lot of up and down and
pavement, a lot of pavement tomorrow.
Yeah, then a couple of easy days of I say easy days. I don't
Not
really know that.
7 miles, 9 miles. Then we got a 15 miler.
And a 19 and a
half.
half.
19 and a half miler. Then a 17 miler.
Right.
Then another 15. Then another 17.
Right. So if the podcasts are getting longer because we're droning on, because we'll have more information because we're going to be walking more mileage, right?
Long. Yeah.
Exactly. Well, we hope you're enjoying these, and if you're not, I guess you're not listening, so it doesn't matter. But we're enjoying doing them and sharing with you. These are like kind of really what's going on.
Yeah, these are the kinds of podcasts that are like how we started.
Right. Yes. Many years ago.
Yes.
Right.
These are my
before we were popular.
Yeah. Exactly.
I'm Deacon Dave.
I'm Lisa.
See you next time.
Bye.